Good morning, all. It is Wednesday, the 14th of June, Flag Day. And on this day in 1994, the Rangers won the Cup. That was a while ago. Last night I saw the Golden Knights in, only 6 years of existence. Won the Cup last night. I tuned in towards the end because I was watching the Yankee-Met game, which was something to watch, boy. But I tuned in towards 9-3. Florida didn't even show up, man. You let in 9 goals on an elimination game. Wow. That's a lot. Well, congratulations to Vegas. And hopefully my Rangers make a little more of a stink next year with the new coach. Laviolette got hired yesterday. That's my sports talk for today. I'm talking a little softer because my daughter is upstairs sleeping. She's home now for the next at least week and a half because schools are having regents, which are totally fucking useless, but she's having them. And she took all hers already, her requirement ones, and she's done. So that's I got a week and a half off from driving to school. Also, yesterday I got into it with this one guy over whether Trump's a sex offender. The whole thing stemmed from the sexual liability case that he lost. He had to pay $5 million or whatever the fuck it was. But he insisted that I say he was convicted of sexual assault. He wasn't. He was convicted of sexual liability, which means in that suit there's no burden of proof whether he did or didn't, because apparently there wasn't enough proof beyond a reasonable doubt for criminal charges. Now, his track record ain't that great. I mean, he cheated on every one of his wives, including the current one. I don't know why she's still around. But you can't make me say something that isn't true. He's not a registered sex offender. He's not. As much as you people want him to be, he's not. He didn't get convicted of sexual assault. He got convicted. I don't know if convicted is the right word, but he was at fault at sexual liability. End of story. Did he do something? Probably. But they can't prove it. So he's liable for at least the accused. I don't know the whole legal jargon for it. But this person, I had to block them because they were insistent. They said, because I support a sexual predator. I mean, come on, man. Joe Biden sniffing kids and you're worried about Yeah, I know nothing's come to Joe Biden sexual assault wise, blah, blah, blah. But Trump hasn't been convicted of sexual assault. I'm sorry. You can't put out what isn't true. Sexual liability, yes. And he's paying for it. He's in appeal, but he's going to pay for it. And if you think he's a sexual deviant or somebody who's capable of sexual assault, well, if the track record shows anything, yeah, probably. But nothing's been proven in a court of law, and don't make me say that it was. So I blocked him because don't talk to me because you support a sexual predator. Wish granted, you're gone. So, look, the man's got a bad track record when it comes to women. Bad. But he hasn't been convicted of anything, so I can't convict him. All right? If he was convicted of sexual assault, bingo, he's on the list. And I say he's a sexual pervert deviant. We all know he's a deviant, he's a pervert, but he hasn't been convicted of anything other than liability, which costs money. But he hasn't been convicted of a crime. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, yes, he's a criminal. Well, He hasn't been convicted of any crimes yet. At least none that I know of. I'd have to look it up, but he's been accused of a lot of shit. And he probably did it. But, when you got money, you got good lawyers. So, plain and simple. It goes on both sides. So, that's all I had to say about that. He did his usual, I didn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. With the document, I'm going to let it play out. You want to argue about it with me, fine, but I'm just going to let it play out. I learn more things as days go on. So if I'm wrong about something, I'll tell you. But if I'm pretty sure I'm right, I will argue about it civilly. Not be accused of supporting sexual predators because I have a daughter and I don't. But I can't convict someone who hasn't been convicted. Pretty much common sense. Anyway, you all have a good day. Booyah.